Hey everyone, welcome to Sprinkle with Hope podcast. This is Jason, and our first episode, we are going to talk about hope and what hope is, and just a little bit about hope and get you guys going with us.
This is Shane, your other host. We are so excited to bring this podcast to you. Both Jason and myself, we feel very strongly that hope is powerful and we love spreading positivity and all of that. So, welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to the Sprinkled with Hope podcast.
This is Jason.
And this is Shane.
And it's podcast time.
All right, well, welcome to the Hope podcast. We're going to be talking about hope today. It's Jason and Shane Baller.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, so let's just talk about what hope is. Shane, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, hope is something that's really important to me. It's something that I really live my life by. In my mind, hope is an optimistic state of mind that is based on an expectation of positive outcomes, and is something that you can um, hang your life on, and it will allow you to have a positive mindset and something to look forward to. You had a good, interesting quote from somebody. Why don't you share that, Jason?
Yeah. So I had a couple, but the one that I wanted to talk about was from Napoleon Hill. And if you know Napoleon Hill, he always has good things to say. And he said this: whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And I just thought that was such a great quote. Because if you really think about hope and you're thinking that things are going to be for the better in your life, then you can achieve that goal, right? If you just think that it's not going to happen and you're thinking negatively all the time, then that's going to be what you're going to achieve, right? Is that negativity?
Right. That's a good point. That's a great quote. I think some people are going to think, well, why are we talking about hope? Why is our podcast called Sprinkled with Hope? And I think you and I would both agree that without hope, there really is a lot of lost view on life, right? I mean, if you lose that, then what do you really have? So that's really why we've started this podcast, and with the hope that we will bring more hope and light to the world, right?
Absolutely. And uh, I think if you kind of hit it on the head, and just talking about positivity, right? And that hope is kind of looking at those challenges with a point of view of positivity, right? So if we are staying positive, um, and looking more toward the future with hope, I think that we all could use that a little bit more, especially this day and age.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. So, do you have any uh, pointers on how we develop hope?
I do have a few of them, and in a lot of the books that I've been reading recently, one of the things that I was studying was personal growth, right? And so hope, I think, is really important to our personal growth. Um, and as we are thinking of ways and things that we can do better, um, and always looking for that hope, I think just having that mindset where you are looking forward, right, and not thinking about the past and thinking about all your mistakes that you've made, but just looking for positivity and ways to continue to move forward, I think is a big one. I mean, we've got quite a bit to cover, but I think that's one of the things we can do is just stay positive and keep looking forward to the future.
Yeah, those are great insight. When I think about hope and how we develop it, I think every morning when we wake up, we have to be grateful for the things that we have, everything, all the little things, even the fact that we woke up. That's a big part of developing that hope, and you know, having the having the gratitude that we have for everything, I think starts the day off well, and certainly gives me the hope for a good day. And that's really how I start my day, is thinking about all the little things that I'm grateful for and thankful for.
Absolutely. And I was thinking as well as I think we have a bit of a desire, right, to for things to change and be better, right? If we don't have that desire for things to be on the up and up, and looking for that hope and that desire to continue to have positivity and looking forward, I agree. I think you're going to miss those little things, right? You're going to miss waking up and thinking about all the things you're grateful for, because you're not going to have that desire to be looking for those things, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think it also allows people to have the mindset to approach their problems in a positive way, like we've been talking about. You'll find when you listen to our podcast that we're both really positive people. We always work every day to spread positivity and love and joy and now hope. So I think having that mindset of hope allows us to approach our problems in a different way, that like you said, that we really can look forward instead of looking back. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I was also thinking about it too, as hope can be that motivation, right? And an inspiration for you to take action. And I think if you're in all the books that I've read recently on personal growth and habit forming and things like that, it all comes back to having hope and then taking action, right?
Yep.
You don't take that action, then you're not going to go anywhere. You got to move forward.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree with that. I also, in thinking about it, to me, it's setting an expectation of good things that are going to happen. You certainly can't have hope and think negative things are going to happen. You're going to always think and desire and expect those good things to happen. So it's a really good thing to have. Hopefully, as you listen to us, you can develop more hope and a positive outlook on life.
Yeah, and I think in our podcasts and all the things that we're going to discuss, we're always going to have a little bit of that sprinkled with in there somewhere in everything that we talk about, because we feel like that's something that we always got to come back to, is
Yep.
the whole things to be better, right?
Yep, for sure. I agree.
I think one of the other things I was thinking about is hope is also a way to help encourage you for the things you really want and keep your focus, right? So if you are thinking about those things that you're hopeful for, right? I'm hopeful that I get a better job, or I'm hopeful that this thing in my life happens, right? So that kind of helps you keep focus on whatever it is you're looking at. Um, and then as you're taking those actions, those little steps um, towards that thing you're focused on, I think that's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think our hope, our desire, and our wish is that everyone who hears what we have to say, they feed off that energy that we have. They see that we really truly do have hope. We have excitement for the future. We're looking forward, and we're learning from the past, but we're not really looking back that way. That our listeners feed off that energy, and hopefully by hearing us, and that we really are two guys that are just living life the way that we feel like we should, and hopefully that allows them to feed off that energy and develop hope. Really that is ultimately what I think we're both hoping for in this. Like Jason had mentioned, we really are going to focus or come back to Sprinkled with Hope. And, we might talk about travel, we might talk about tips on how to do certain things, but we're always going to come back to this because that really is part of our core.
Yeah, and I think, just thinking about, what hope is and what are the things that we can do to have more hope. I think, we just need to remember to always have that in the back of our mind to take action.
Yep.
And I think that's, one of the things that a lot of people miss because they, in pretty much any aspect of their life, right? They're not taking action for whatever it is. And hope is definitely one of them, right? And I think the more you have hope, the more you're hopeful things will work out and be better, or hope that, your life will be more in line with the goals that you have set. I think better off you're really going to be.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I kind of talked a little bit about waking up in the morning and being thankful for what I have and grateful for what I have. Do you have any other thoughts on how we take action and how we can show that we have hope?
Just thinking about it, I think, some of the other steps that I've kind of been thinking about as far as taking action is make those goals or things you're trying to take action for little steps and make it easy, right? And like if you're hopeful that you're going to get a better job, right? Because that's probably what a lot of people are thinking about right at the moment. But if you're hopeful that you're going to get a better job, maybe those first action steps would be to get your resume in line, right? And just focus on one little section of it and make it really, really good. If you're, hopeful that you're going to lose weight, then the action would be to just lose 1 pound, right? Not focus on, I got to lose 50 pounds. Just those little action steps, I think, is one of the crucial things that I've seen, right? And don't try to eat the elephant as a whole, just one bite at a time.
Yep, I totally agree with that. That's great insight. I was thinking also, some people might think, well, you and I don't have negative thoughts, or we constantly have hope, and that's not necessarily true. We all have negative thoughts, but I believe that you can take that negative thought and you can decide how long that stays in your mind. It could be a second, it could be a minute, it could be a day. And the faster you get that negative thought out of your mind, the quicker you turn to hope. And I truly believe that that decision to remove the negative thought is solely on us. That's a lot of everything, not just negative thoughts, but some people say, I'm having a bad day. Well, is it really a bad day, or is it a bad minute? And you can turn that around as fast or as slow as you want. So hopefully we all learn how to turn the corner quickly and remove those negative thoughts as soon as we can, and then grasp right onto hope again.
Yeah, and in conversations that you and I have had in the past, one of the things that you mentioned to me, just in talking about whatever subjects we were talking about, but I remember because it stuck in my head is fail fast, right?
Yeah.
And that really kind of resonated with me pretty well, because I think that's totally true. I mean, if we, if we're going to make a mistake and lose that hope, right? Like make that mistake quickly and turn that corner, like you're saying, so that you can get back to hope, so that you can find that positivity in your life that will help you, move past that thing that you've supposedly failed, right? But
Yep.
failure is just a stepping stone towards success, right? It's not the end all be all.
Yep. I'm so glad you brought that up. I've learned that lesson a few years ago that at work where I work, we talk a lot about that, fail fast, and that really is meaning do something, figure something out and do it, and then if it works, keep doing that. If it doesn't, you've learned from that. So that's where fail fast comes. Do it as often as you can, so that you're learning from your mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes, but if we fail fast and then we learn from those things, then we can turn hope right around and move on. I think another big thing for me is trust. When we talk about hope, it really is trusting that the future is going to be bright, that we can hold on to that hope or that trust, that, again, things aren't going to always go the way that we want, but if we just trust that the future is going to be better, and we learn from our past, and we fail fast, and we take those little negative thoughts and we turn them around quickly, that trust and that hope is really going to get us really far. So we both hope that you guys can do this.
Yeah, and I think as we continue this podcast, and as you hopefully have questions and things, that we'd like to hear those questions and try to answer them as best as we can. And we're just two guys that we try to be positive in everything that we see, everything that comes our way. We try to find the positive outcome of it, and how's it helping us to grow. And hopefully, as you continue to listen, you will find those things that can help you in whatever aspect of your life that you might be looking or seeking for.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think that's ultimately the whole reason why we're doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, anything else that we have here to help sprinkle some hope in our listeners' ears?
Well, I do think that if you feel like you're lacking hope, or if you feel like maybe this isn't something that is a strong point in your life, we strongly, both Jason and I, strongly encourage you to listen to our podcast. We truly believe that if you do, we can change that negative mindset. We can allow you to have more faith in the future, and we truly believe that we can help you develop that hope that we both have, because we've done it, and we also feel like you can do it. So if you feel like this is something that's not quite strong in your life, we hope that you listen to us, and we'll bring you that hope.
Yeah, and I really, we really do feel strongly about this, and that it really comes back to that the sole purpose of why we're doing this is to spread love and joy and hope and happiness. I mean, we, I think we're generally very happy people, and yeah, we're always trying to find good things in our life and feel that, and we want you to feel that joy as well. So if we can help you in any way, or if you just like to listen in, we'd really like you to listen, and just try to find whatever it is that you're looking for to help you along journey or path in your life.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for listening. Hope you tune in again very soon. We will continue to sprinkle the world with hope.
Yes, thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more episodes.
This is Sprinkled with Hope. If you liked this episode, please share it with a friend.
If you like our podcast, please give us a review or rating.